Hey, this is Henny from Pink Elephant Media, and in this section we're going to talk about link building. Now, link building is important because it is a major ranking factor of how popular your site is. And so the more links that you have to your web page, the more important your website will be seen. It's called domain authority, and the more sites that point at your site who have maybe higher domain authority than you, the more likely you are to rank higher than your competitors in this regard. So we are now wanting to make sure that when you launch, you have more links to your site than your competitors do. So don't worry, we're going to share some great ways in which to do this. The first way is guest posting. Now, guest posting means that you go out to someone in your similar sort of industry as yours, where you offer to post for them or create a post for them that is really shares some common interest. And from that, you might want to create some infographics. Now, infographics are fantastic at getting found. And this can be done through some of the surveys that you might have run, but sharing an infographic really helps getting message across. People love sharing those. They share them across social media, and they tend to go quite far. Just make sure that you always have a link maybe hidden within them, or you put a link underneath so that when they are getting shared, those links are building up. The second tactic is to create an industry survey. Contact people in your industry, CEOs, executive, any thought leaders, and tell them you're running a survey about a hot topic within your industry. Now what I want you to do is go out and ask them questions, and from there compile the results, and then send them your findings and ask them what they think. They are very likely then to go out and share that content with everyone that they know, especially if they've been quoted within it. So it's a really great way of aligning yourself with industry experts, but also building up your link capabilities. The second one is to host live events. Now, those live events are fantastic at getting in front of the right people. People are sharing links to your site, posting them in that direction. Again, what you might do is put up a resource section for them to come to, so that when people go back and visit the people who are putting on those virtual summits or those live events are actually showing on their site. So those links are building up. People, if you're outsourcing like we do with people where we run events, but we run them through other companies, they all have pages that are dedicated and pointing back to our site. And those are really great because they tend to have high domain authorities. So if you're not putting on the event yourself and you're running them through a third party, make sure you have resources for them to come back to and pick up on, because those will create those links long term and long time after the event has happened. The next thing I want to do is talk about case studies. So it tends to be that when you create a case study, you've created something that's super detailed and it breaks down how someone can do something, maybe step by step, or a case study on how someone might have improved their conversion rates or traffic. But it not just like, hey, this company increased it. It has to be a detail of what it is that they did on step by step. Now, those are great because they get shared a lot, and people like to, you can share them through emails, through links, through other things to really sort of push your content further. Maps is a great way of leveraging leveraging infographics. So you create an infographic of a map. Those tend to get shared quite often. The next tactic is really key, and that is to do a backlink analysis of your competitor's website. Now, SEMrush allows you to do this. And what it does is it allows you to go in and see all the links that are associated with that company. And I'm going to show you how that works now. So here I am on Amazon, and what I'm going to do is just click this. Now, this is SEMrush's Chrome extension tool, but if you have an account with them, you just simply click there and it will bring you through to this page. And this gives us a real breakdown. It's breakdown of their authority score. So those are how Google actually sees your website, how important, and it ranges from 1 to 100, 100 being the best. And then down here you can see all the keywords, you can see their traffic and everything. So you can see this tool is really, really good for this type of thing. And here we can see all the links that are coming into their websites and all the referring domains. So we can see here all the websites that have links to Amazon on this page. Of course, for a large site like Amazon, it's going to have hundreds of thousands of domains, but here are their sort of top ones, so it tells you how many they've got. So you can see that this site panmedical.de is a big provider of links straight back to the Amazon site, so that just gives us a little bit of an insight into the links that they have. And why that works is if you are sort of looking at your competitor sites, they're not as big as Amazon, and most sites are not as big as Amazon, you might find that they are running competitions. So this is an example of someone that we did some work for. We could see that their competitor was running an ad, or it's sort of an article about bridesmaids dresses and engraved bracelets, and they weren't doing any giveaway. It was simply an article. So we rang up, we got in touch with the people who had written the article and said, we're prepared, if you remove this article, to do a giveaway of 20 engraved bridesmaids bracelets, and that article now delivers well over 1,000 visits per month, and that now sits there. The bracelets have been given away to the right people, but the article now sits there. That was traffic originally going to a competitor. Now, if you're stuck, there is a tool called hunter.io. This allows you to see who the email addresses are that are associated with an article. Often when you look for opportunities and links, there isn't actually a name maybe at the end of the article, but hunter.io, which I'll put the link in below again, will also allow you to sort of see the email addresses, and you might be able to find the most pertinent person to contact, and it will give you names, so you can always approach them through LinkedIn as well. So that is a really good way of literally taking competitors' links that are valuable and putting them on to your site. The next thing is to do a podcast tour. So look for industry experts within your sector, and offer to sort of say, look, we'd like to come on. This is something that I think you would be interested in. They've got to serve the same audience as you, but if they interview people, hit them up and offer to do an interview on a specific topic that could be valuable to their audience. These also drive quite a lot of links to the company. And the final thing is to look for your mentions of your brand that might not have a link. And you can do this by using tools like Google Alerts. You just sign up for your brand name. So if anyone actually has mentions you and there is no link, you can say, hey, thanks so much for mentioning me. Would you mind putting a link into that text so that that remains there? BuzzSumo, again, can also help you look for monitors of your brand, and SEMrush. They're all these tools, and I'm going to put them in the links below, but they will really help you increase your capacity.